Listen up. Whistle. Hey, so we're talking about line of best fit today. We're also talking about linear regression. They're one and the same, except the linear regression is going to be the calculator's line of best fit. So to make a line of best fit for you, it is an approximation. You're going to be given points. You're going to draw a scatter plot with the points, the data, right? And you're going to approximate a line of best fit. It's going to be a guess, right? An approximation is a guess. So you're approximating your own line of best fit. Now we'll all probably pick the same line today so you can follow along, make sure you're doing it correctly. However, on a test, if you do this by hand, your answer may be different than mine, and that's okay because it's a guess, it's an approximation. Alright, so draw a scatter plot of the data, step 1. Step 2, you're going to sketch a line that appears to follow most closely to the data trend. Right? What's going to happen is you're going to look and try and make as many points above as below your line. So if we get a set of data and we draw a scatter plot, right? That's not a very good one. That won't work for us. We're going to try and draw a line through the middle of that data. So we can get about as many points above as below. We want to be as close to the middle as we can. We want to represent all the data. Right? Then we're going to take 2 points on that line and estimate the coordinates of that. Because we're going to use them to make an equation. Nice, hey. So, drawing our scatter plot, drawing a line, taking 2 points from our line, making an equation. Alright? Cool? Okay, let's go back to the other page to try the example. Go back to the other page to try the example. I see everyone flipping their note packet back over right now. We all ready? So step 1 said draw a scatter plot. So to do that, first of all I got to label my graph. Right? What's my x-axis going to be? Temperature, right? We're talking about temperature and number of people in a pool. So my x-axis is my temperature. My y-axis is my number of people. Now, when I go to do this, we're not going to be able to pick just one steady scale. One steady scale, because what's going to happen is, I'm going to get up to 500, I'm going to start at 0. Is there an easy way to make a scale that's going to get up there without making it really spread out? No. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump part of our graph. We show that by making a little symbol like this. It's almost like a sideways Z throughout the thing. That's telling me I can jump that portion of my graph because I'm not going to see anything down there. There's no data down there. So I'm going to start at, let's say, 300. Then I'm going to skip one and go to 350. Go up by 50s. Skip one, 400. Skip one, 450. Skip one, 500. I'm going to do the same thing for my temperature. I'm going to skip part of it. And I'm going to start at 24, or excuse me, I can't say 24, 20. And I'm going to go by 4s, 24, 28, 32, 36. Right? So if you're going to skip part of your graph, so you don't have to make such a big scale, you got to use that little symbol. So I know, hey, there's no data points down there, I don't need to worry about seeing anything down there. And then I'm going to plot my points, 20, 280. 20, 280. 24, 360. 36, 450. 32, 420. 28, 400. 38, 500. 34, 475. All we're doing right now is plotting points. And 26, 320. 26, 320. So all we did is we labeled our axes, right? We talked about temperature, we talked about people, we made a scale, and we plotted our points. Now on a test, if you have to do this by hand, can your scale be different than mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine, right? Can your approximation be a little different? Can your points be a little different than mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your guess. It's your best approximation of where they're going to land. Now, to do a line of best fit by hand, what we're going to do is you're going to take a straight edge, and you're going to kind of look and see, play with it. We're going to go through 2 points. 2 points that we know we want to keep with the same amount above the line as below the line. So would this be a good choice here for a line? No, right? I have more above than I do below. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the last point, the farthest point up, and this first point. So what happens is I'm left with 1, 2, 3 above it, 1, 2, 3 below it. Now we're going to show you how to do this in your graphing calculator in a second. So you're not even going to have to do this anymore. But if you don't have a graphing calculator, you got to do it by hand. Right? The scientific ones don't work. So, we're not done yet.
No.
Circle the 2 points that we just went through. Right? Because we're going to need those to create an equation. Well, my 2 points are 2280 and 38,500. Excuse me. Okay, those are my 2 points. How could I use those 2 points to make an equation? Well, what do I need to make an equation normally? Carl? Slope, super important. And I need either a y-intercept or a what? Not a b, or that's a y-intercept. What else have we been making equations with? Slope and points. Okay, so let's find our slope first. Can we find our slope using 2 points? Yeah, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Right, our slope formula. 500 minus 280 over 38 minus 20 equals 220 over 18, which is 110 over 9. Hey, when we've been making equations with points and slopes, we've got to distribute our slope, right? Is 110 over 9 going to be easy to distribute? No, so we're going to change it to a decimal. Problems like this, I'll let you change it to a decimal. Alright, so if you plug in your calculator, 110 divided by 9, what do you get for a decimal for our slope?
12.22.
12.2? Okay. Is everyone with me still? Where we're at? Do we have any questions before I keep going? We found the slope for our line that we drew in. Now, like I said, on a test, your line may be different than mine. You may have a little different slope than me. That's okay, it's your best approximation. Alright? Just make sure you're showing your work so I can follow it. Alright, we have our slope. We said we need either a y-intercept or a point to make a line. Do we have either of those? Do we have a y-intercept for our line, or do we have a point for our line? Hey, guys, what did we just use to find our slope? What are these called?
Points.
Points! So do we have a point that's on our line?
Yes.
Yeah, we got a couple of them, right? So I'm going to take my slope, and I'm going to take a point, I'm just going to use the top one, and I'm going to make an equation. I'm going to throw it into point-slope form.
Y minus 280.
Y minus 280, or y minus y1, equals 12.2 times x minus
20.
x1. Okay? Is that a good answer for an equation?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. It did not ask for it in slope-intercept form, did it? No. I'm going to solve it for slope-intercept form, just because, so I can show you in case it does ask that. But in this problem, that would be okay. So we get y minus 280 equals 12.2x minus 12.2 times 20 is 244. And all I'm going to do is add 280. Y equals 12.2x plus 36. So if it asks for it in slope-intercept form, that's where we'd be at. Alright? Any questions? That's how we do it by hand. That's your line of best fit by hand. Now we're going to show you how to do it in your graphing calculator. Now, come test it. You walk in here, you don't have a graphing calculator. Guess what you're going to have to do? That.
Tough to take.
It's up to you. I would probably get a graphing calculator, right? Requirement for the course. So, before we talk about that though, let's look at this. Correlations. Okay.
Is he in here?
Yes, he is. Ryan. This is for you. Alright, so correlations, guys. Correlations are saying, what way is our data going? If you look at the first one, it's a perfect negative correlation. Because if you look at it from left to right, where's the data trending? Where's our data points going?
Down.
Down, right? That's a negative correlation. No correlation is, well, the data is kind of all over. If I draw a line of best fit, can I really draw one in there? No, there's no good spot to put it. Last one's positive. You look at it from left to right, it's going up. Pretty simple, right? Hey, if you look at our first problem, what type of correlation would this have had?
Positive.
Positive, right? It's going up from left to right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's try a calculator problem. So take a look at the number Y who attended each of the first 7 football games X of the season. Approximate the best fitting line for the data. Now, if on a test it asks you to do this, you still need to plot your points on the graph. I'm not going to worry about it right now because I just want to show you your calculator. Okay? So in your calculator, what you're going to do, you're going to go to Y equals. You're going to make sure you don't have anything in there. That's going to mess you up if you do. Go to Y equals and clear it out. So Y equals, this button right here in top left. Click it, clear it out, and what you need to do, go up to plot 1 and hit enter. When you go back, when you go back down, it should be highlighted. That's going to plot the points that you put in for you. Alright? We all figure that out? We good?
Can you press enter?
Coming up.
Yep, you want it highlighted. So hit enter one more time.
Uh,
Alright, are we good so far?
Yeah.
Okay, next thing you're going to do is you're going to hit stat. It's the button right below delete. Stat.
Edit.
First one is edit, you're going to hit edit. It should pop up list 1, list 2, list 3, list 4, list 5, so on and so forth. You are going to put your X values for that problem into list 1. 1, enter, 2, enter, 3, enter, 4, enter, so on and so forth. You're going to put your Y values into list 2. 722, enter, 763, enter, so on and so forth. Go ahead and do that. I'll give you a couple minutes. I'll probably like a minute.
L2 is a Y, right?
What's that? L2 is your Y's, yep. Make sure we're on the right problem, right? We're talking about the football problem now, the football example.
What was the L3?
Nothing in L3. X, Y. Alright? How are we doing so far? We good? We got them all in? Okay. If you have a newer calculator, actually everyone's going to do this step. Everyone's going to hit stat. Instead of edit, we're going to go over to calculate, calc. And the fourth one down is what we call a linear regression. The linear regression is a fancy name for the calculator's line of best fit. So what we just did, but the calculator doing it. Notice, there's one down here at 8 as well. Why don't we want the one at 8?
With A plus BX?
Because it's A plus BX. Do we write our equations in that form?
No.
No, AX plus B. So we're going to hit enter on 4. This is where it's going to be different for the old and new calculators. The new calculators are going to look like this. We're going to put list 1 in our X list, because that's where we put our X values. Put L2 for our Y list, because that's where we put our Y values. And we're going to hit calculate. And it's going to pop up an A and a B. We're going to round to the hundredths place. If you have an older calculator, when you hit linear regression, do you have an older one? Cover up. It should pop up linear regression, AX plus B, and then just be a blinking thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you're going to do is you're going to hit second, and then 1. It should pop L1 into there. Then you're going to hit comma, which is right next to parenthesis. Second 2, it should pop list 2 into there. And then you'd hit enter. And it should give you the same thing that we have. Okay?
Where's the count?
Yeah, you forget it. It's software. You know, you only got 2
So it's
seconds.
that.
You only got 1.
L1, comma, right next to it. Let's see there. Right above 7.
There's
And
2
then you
pops
have
on
the
my head
calculator.
already. I ain't even started listening.
And the 4th one down should be linear regression. So you need to hit second 1, so you see L1 is there, comma, second L2, then hit enter. You should see something else. Okay, what do you notice about that? Look at it.
Yeah, that's the shit.
Hey, this looks a lot like Y.
Equals
It's not letting me write, is it?
No.
Why does MX supposed to be?
Y equals MX plus B, right?
Slope intercept.
That's slope intercept form. So if I plug 27 in for A, and I plug 699.43 in for B, I'm going to have an equation that looks like it's in slope intercept form. Y equals 27x plus 699.43. I have an equation. That was pretty easy, right?
Yeah. Oh wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you use the calculator on the test? Did it show your work there?
What do you mean by show your work?
Like, I do that on the test. I just put the answer down. Do I have to show any work?
Put that down. Now you have to plot your points. I mentioned that, so make sure you plot your points. But you don't have to do like finding slope, finding the equation. You follow your equation that way.
Okay.
Hey guys, there's another part to that. Following this trend, approximately how many people attended the 8th game? Well, which variable talked about what number game it was?
Football game X.
X. So, what do you think I should do with this number 8?
What is it?
Plug it in for X. So to find how many people attended the 8th game, I'm going to plug 8 in.
Come on.
So 27 times 8 plus 699.43. And if we're talking about people, do you think we should have a decimal? Probably not, right? You show up with half of a person, you get thrown in jail.
I mean, a wheelchair, because it also makes like baby.
Thank you, Iman.
That's funny.
Oh, baby's still a full person.
That was funny, but
It's
the
not
dark
like
side
that.
is left. They brought it to the bigger complicated.
What do you get?
It's still half.
What do you get?
You get a good number.
Alyssa, what'd you get? You didn't do it?
You want
Cal, did you do it?
No. You know dang well how.
Will, did you do it?
I got you.
I did.
Hold on. Nope, I got it. 915.
I really hope stick up there.
Wait.
Did anybody do it?
I just did. I just said it.
Okay, hey, should we have decimal if we have
No.
a person,
So
people?
there's 9 or 15.
915, or I would accept 916 if you want to round it up.
9:15.
I said that.
Can't round first.
I said before him.
Hey, take it down, take it down. 13, that's it? Alright, here's the deal. The next one.
I'm the lowest in our class.
Don't worry about graphing it, don't worry about finding it by hand. I want you to just try and find the linear regression on your calculator for the last one. So find the equation for it. Put your x and y values into list 1, list 2. Hey, you want to know a trick for clearing those? If you go in there, stat edit, you go up to it, you click on the list, you hit clear, and hit the down arrow. They all go away. Right? So if I go to list 1, highlight it, clear, down arrow, they go away. Yes, Carl. What's that? Oh, you.
Can I open up my water?
Come on. My man got me for tripping. Literally. Come on. On my head, bro. I'm gonna over the chair, bro. You're like this big. I can do it for everyone.
Do it.
Mine was
You know what
I'm really good.
Good.
I was playing basketball and jump over a towel. Going 6'4".
Over the desk.
No, 6'4". I can jump and get a rebound.
I can jump over the desk.
I believe you.
Fear.
Oh,
The basketball lecture.
It's called Aries.
It's just 7, man.
Yeah.
It's
a cow.
It's a cow. I got salad. I'm wrong. Yeah, like a house.
He trying to body me out. No, you're not. Boom him. Not jump. He did a fadeaway. Like, bro, I can't stop that. He's 6'4". And Will gonna tell me, Gordy. Okay, but you have higher house than me.
You have more math. It's like a record.
Yeah. What? Yeah, I pushed him on the floor today. He went up and I was like, boom.
I couldn't drink
Alright, hey guys, did you do it?
Yes.
No. What'd you get?
Y equals 6.3x plus 62.1.
Y equals what?
6.3x plus 62.1.
Okay, did you all get that? Or if you rounded to 2 decimal places, you might get something a little different? Yes or no?
Yes.
If you put it in your calculator, did you get that? Okay. Did you already predict the grade for a student who studied 6 hours?
Yeah.
Where would I plug 6 into? Where are my hours? X or Y?
X.
Into my X. I plug it in for X. What do we get? We get Y equals 6.3 times 6 plus 62.1. Approximately, what is their grade going to be? Jackie?
44.
What? 99.3. 99.3. Exactly.
Yeah.
What'd you get? F?
One sec. I just want to.
Oh, you said 62?
99.3.
It's 99 point something.
99.3. Exactly.
37.6.
99.9.
99.9.
99.9?
What?
Check it, Cam.
Captain, that's captain.
99.9.
Iman.
Alright, listen now.
6.3.
On a test, if it asks you to do this, you can use your calculator, that's fine. You still need to make sure you plot your points,
Oh, yeah, maybe.
right? If you don't have a graphing calculator, get one before the test, because always you gotta do it by hand, and make sure you show your work if you're gonna do it by hand, so I can follow it, because it's probably gonna be a little different. Alright, any questions? Okay, cool. Swipe up, subscribe.